Yo, what's good? Welcome. What do I know podcast, man? Episode 1. It's your boy, KG. I got my man's Big Grove, man. What's going on, my brother? You alright?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's poppin', everybody?
Yeah. So, a lot of y'all been asking for me to do this, man. You know, I would have never really thought to even want to do some shit like this if we being honest. It's just not my thing to constantly be talking, but you know, trying to help people best I can. People take heed to some of the information I give and some of the resources that I've been able to accumulate in my time. And, you know, we wanted to start something that was going to inform people in a plethora of ways. And I figured the best way to start something like this is to have a couple of my brothers, man, guys who, you know, I've known for a long time. You know, it's been years, shit. Nitty has been, shit, damn near a dime. Magic, strong for at least 5-6 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we're not talking like just, and we'll talk about battle rap friendships and how, you know, what that's really about and actual, you know, your peoples, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
like no family, had you in your house, been around your kids type, you know what I'm saying? It's because it is a difference. But, you know, I got my brothers, man, Rum Nitty, B Magic. What's going on, fellas? How y'all living?
I'm good. You know,
Chill.
grinding through the pandemic.
Yeah.
Sure.
Pandemic, man. I mean, sheesh. I mean, I didn't want to get into that already, but it do look like we looking at a second wave, right? Like, you know.
Yeah.
Shit, the first wave ain't left yet.
It never left.
So,
Nah. People didn't take it serious enough, fast enough.
Yeah. What do y'all think about that? I mean, because, you know, and I ain't even really want to get into this. We have some other stuff we want to get into. But, I mean, what do y'all think about, you know, I mean, let's be real. All the deaths that came from COVID, I mean, we know what a lot of this is. You know what I'm saying? We know the numbers become politics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we understand that. But, like, what are your thoughts? I mean, I know with both of y'all doing URL, you know, especially with caffeine, you know, y'all have had to go through COVID testing. And it's not pleasant. So, you know, like, what are y'all thoughts on just the whole situation as a whole?
First of all, it's horrible. First of all, but you know what I mean?
Horrible.
I think, like I said, I didn't think people took it serious at first. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't think it's real still. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm caught in the middle. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm caught in the middle to I even think this motherfucker real or not. You know what I'm saying? I know everything a number. Everything got money to it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah, especially in America. What you think?
Definitely.
Me personally, shit, I suffered from multiple family members having coronavirus. So, you know, like at least 3 or 4 of my actual blood family member had coronavirus. So it's definitely very serious, goddamn me. So I always took it serious.
Yeah.
I sit in the house all the time now. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
shit, I actually just the first time I left my goddamn mask. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, it's it definitely shook some things up because it happened all of a sudden. We was actually out for a show when stuff started getting canceled.
Right.
Shit, you was with me down in what was it? We was in
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
The show got canceled
The
when
event
we was
booked
there.
for.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
yeah.
I had the only the strong event. That was supposed to be actually the first URL judged event before all this judge shit start going down.
Right.
And yeah, we canceled the day before y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like we was the first ones to cancel, and niggas was mad at me when it first happened. But I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. And I'm glad we did what we did, cause you know, you ain't lying. It's a real thing, and you know, just be safe, y'all. Like, I don't want to harp too deep on it. I don't want to be one of the ones that get political about it. But
But there's so many layers to it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We could go this whole show on it. You
Yeah,
feel me? So many layers to it.
I could take
Yeah.
hours just to talk about that. So all we can just say is be safe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
be safe.
Stay out the way. Like, it ain't worth going to the club over. I mean, what you clubbing about right now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's so much money to be made right now. Why
Yeah.
the world on pause anyway?
yeah,
I mean, you might as well grit and grind right now. You feel
Yeah.
It's the perfect time. It's the best time. World on pause. Ain't nothing open anyway.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta learn how
You
to
actually forcing it to try to find something open right now anyway. So that should let you know you doing too much.
That's
One
a fact.
thing I noticed about this pandemic or whatever, it's a lot of people found a lot of new hustles about themselves.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
The world on pause right now. If you can't catch up or get ahead right now, what is you doing?
You bring up a really really good point because you know, obviously when me and Grove initially started to talk about doing this podcast, we wanted to make sure that we had the blend of not only tapping into, you know, what's trending, because obviously that make the world go round in a sense, but ultimately the other side of it, because, you know, unfortunately, when there is tragedy, I hate to say this, but we got to keep it real. When there is tragedy, especially in a country like America, unfortunately, opportunity does come with that sometimes. You know, it sucks to say out loud, but we got to be honest about.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, we got to be honest about the capitalist country that we were raised into. This ain't something that just started. This is, you know, the Civil War was what, damn near 200 years, you know, almost 200 years ago. So we're not gonna play like it's a brand new thing. You know, it was over cotton then. Well, a lot of, you know, it wasn't all over cotton, but it wasn't all over slaves either. Let's just be honest. So this isn't a new thing, and unfortunately, when there is tragedies, there are opportunities, and I mean, you can make a choice. You can either, you know, be the silly person that decides they want to live life oblivious to the fact that people are dying from something real and just go about your normal life, or you can buckle down and sit home. And if you're sitting home, you saving money. And if you sitting home, you should be finding
Plotting
ways
and
to
strategizing.
Exactly. You should be finding ways to create, you know, opportunities in these dark times. Because I mean, you can either sit in the dark or sit in the light. I mean, what, you know, you choose. I mean, the environment is what it is, but you know,
Exactly.
and that's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, what you make out of it is still what you make out of your life. So, and we gonna talk a lot about that, man, because obviously, you know, in terms of battle rap, both of y'all have been successful. And just so we clear, this is not a battle rap podcast. We will have our times where we speak battle rap, you know, but for the most part, we want to kind of venture into life
thank you.
and ways to get to the bag and ways to succeed, you know, as adults. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Big
you know,
talk, big talk.
since I do got, you know, two, you know, let's be honest, y'all niggas is legends at this point. You know, when it comes to URL, y'all both have been to the very top of the mountain when it comes to the #1 battle rap league in the world. So it wouldn't be right if we didn't at least talk about it. But what I would like to talk more about is kind of what you was talking about, Magic. You know, the fact that since we have been in a pandemic, there has to be ways that we relying on, you know, other ways to get the bag, and battle rappers are not exempt.
Right.
One thing about you, Magic, you know, you just came out here from St. Louis, and speak to that.
Okay.
Like speak to that. Like, why did you come to Arizona from St. Louis? I mean, I know I did. I know my man Grove did, but you know, everybody's story different.
Right. Shit. Basically, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that word I just said, but you know, beep. Basically, start over, man. Start just fresh start, man. Like, there's a lot of negativity that holds on to you when you around, you know, things that you can easily get into. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know, you gotta separate yourself wholly from situations where you know, you don't fail. So, I came out here to start completely over, you know, from scratch. And from what I hear is, you know, everybody say that Arizona is the perfect state to start over, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I went off that, and, you know, I already had some family here, so, you know, it was easy to transition for real.
So you being out here, you probably noticed that there's a lot of people from the Midwest in Arizona.
Yeah, this Midwest Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not lying. I mean, you know, every blue moon, I'm going to throw statistics out there. I guess right now I'll throw one out there. I just seen an article actually today saying that Arizona is actually #4 in the country in terms of the fastest growing country since Trump been in office. I mean, ironically enough. We are still considered a red state,
Mm-hmm.
even though the major cities are ran by Democrats, like the major, like Phoenix, Tucson, those are Democratic mayors, but you know it's still an old white man's state. I mean, we can just call it what it is.
Basically.
So I mean, I guess
Big
it would.
fact.
I guess it would make sense, but I mean, I ain't mad at it. You know, at the end of the day, growth is what is what it's all about. And Arizona is full of people who come from other cities, like you know.
It's a melting pot.
You know, and it's okay. You know, it's okay. It's one of those states where if you want to make a way, you know, there's a lot of opportunities. I think the biggest thing is that you can create businesses on your own and really get on off that in a state like this. And I know since you've been out here, one of the biggest things that me and you speak more about, more than the battle rap, because we barely even speak about that, is you know what you get into in terms of the filming and the photography. So I mean, talk to me about that. Like, you know, when did you get into that? Like where are you at with it now? Like, just kind of speaking to like that particular aspect of you.
I actually got into filming before battle rap.
Okay.
Shit, I've been doing filming for like 11 years, like 10, 11 years. And, you know, I just, something that just kept evolving as far as, you know, when I was rapping, you know, I still kept on getting better cameras and shit like that. And, you know, before I know it, when I started battling, as far as, you know, when I really start getting into cameras is when I start getting on URL and I start seeing Twiz with his. And I
Shout out to Twiz, the legend.
I started buying cameras that he had. Like, what kind of camera is that? Yeah, okay. Shit, I'm at it next week. So I started buying stuff that Twiz told me to buy.
Okay.
And, you know, that's how it's kicked off for me. And, you know, it just became a hustle over the years. Like, once I became good at it, I started doing all types of videos, short films, and, you know, you name it.
Yeah. And I know a lot of times when you know, because obviously he moved out here, so obviously he tapping in with the homies. So, you know, I go over there and, you know, tap in with him and try to tap in at least once a week, once every other week, you know, just to burn politic, you know, whatever. And when we over there, like I said, we might briefly talk about whatever event he got going on or whatever. But to be honest, he's showing me work on YouTube from short films. So, you know, I definitely would recommend if you are looking to get camera work done, video work done, holla at him, man. You know, he's a
shout
gentleman.
out to Shooter Twiz.
Yeah, shout out to Twiz. You know, he's when it comes to URL, man, he's one of the godfathers for sure.
Inspiration of it, for real. He definitely one of the inspirations I had because, you know, nobody wasn't shooting videos like Twiz at that time besides Itchy House Films. Like, that was the only other ones that was on the level with Twiz at that time. So.
And he's a humble guy too. That's I think that's what I like the most about him, man. He got every right to be cocky, man. He done filmed the greatest battles of all time. Like, Ivo might be the most talented because of the equipment and the team he has to work with. I mean, I think we can all agree on that, you know what I'm saying? But Twiz, in terms of his body of work,
oh yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he filmed damn near all my battles on URL.
Yeah,
so.
you know what I'm saying? It's just different. So shout out to him. And I do want to make sure I shout out both Marv, you know, Marv 1 for the hat, as well as B-Dot. I do want to try to make a point to make sure that I'm rocking apparel from the culture, man. So if you out here, I just grabbed Suge's hoodie. Shout out to Suge. Like, you know, support each other,
Clothing
man.
line's coming soon.
Yeah, I think
on the way. You dig.
100%. And I guess while we, you know, talking about change, you know, we had the debate yesterday, or the other day. Well, it was yesterday, with Joe Biden and Trump. And man, yeah, Trump changed, you know. Two old ass white men telling everybody how they about to change some shit, right? What are you gonna do, man? I mean, so
it's damn near lose.
Yeah.
When I vote, by then Trump gonna die.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
get it?
By
then Trump gonna die. Yeah,
well, let's talk about it. I mean, let's talk about it briefly. Grove, let me. Are you voting?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Rum Nitty, you voting?
I'm a felon.
You're a felon. Well, I get that. Magic, you voting?
Nah.
All right. Well, all right.
So,
Nitty,
what, in Arizona, you can't vote if you're a felon?
Can't vote.
I'm not voting.
Period.
It depends on the felony.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the felony.
Yeah, so I might be able to vote then if you depend on the felony.
I think if you got a.
I can't buy no pistol. I know that.
No, yeah.
That's crazy in Arizona.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Nitty. If you could vote, would you vote? Like for these two guys?
Mm-mm. That it doesn't mean that I'm saying for all the young black brothers out here to not get up and vote, though. You feel me? I'm just saying from my experience for where I'm at right now.
Is it because of the options, or is it just you? Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely because of the options. You know what I mean? I don't really see too much of a difference on any of these men.
I feel it. I mean, hey.
Now, as far as like voting, as far as what goes on in the state of Arizona,
Right.
I think everybody should vote on that.
I 100% agree. I think if you do, because I think those are the things that affect. There's judge voting. You know what I'm saying? And there's I know back at home when I was doing what I was doing, there was a Eaton County and there was this old white man, and it felt like every single time I got locked up, I seen him and he remembered me, and those guys who be having like feelings towards something, bro, they'll throw the book at you just because they remember your face. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if you've ever been locked up, you maybe can attest to that, maybe not. I'm from a smaller city than Phoenix.
No, I definitely feel what you're saying.
Yeah. So I mean, judging, that can deter who you bringing in. Like I've also had judges where I walked in and they like, man, let me throw this out. It's a waste of our time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I'm not saying on a criminal level to vote based on that, but the local level is what makes changes. So I would say if you go and vote, make sure you at least vote for that. In terms of presidency, man, I mean, what am I gonna say? I mean, what can you really say? I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean,
by then Trump done died.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in order for me to want to go and vote for a president,
block me on Facebook.
Nah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I would just say in order for me to want to vote, because I might vote for the president, but I just don't know, like, because I feel like it ain't that big of a difference. If we being honest, I think one is just blatantly racist, and the other one, I think one knows how to turn on the white people tough guy level. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to empower white people to feel like they got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Biden has openly done things to really mess up a lot of black people's lives. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't out here saying stand back and stand by. Like, that's a totally different story to tell. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
feel you on that.
Yeah, I mean, vote if you can. What'd you think about the DNA and Cliff?
I know you was about to say that.
What you think? For those who don't know, because not everybody's a battle rap fan, there was
I still haven't watched it.
I actually haven't watched it either. I just seen so many like references used towards it and
I salute them on
little memes and
They
shit.
get, though, man.
Yeah,
Not all success is good success, brother. You feel me? But
I just
more power to my brothers, though.
I just
They're young black men eating, so
Yeah,
I will salute my brothers.
I will salute them on being young black men trying to get get their shit popping, and it's all good. Like, if you stand on that message, like if you stand on it, then it's all good. But if you like doing this because Caffeine maybe told Smack was like, yo, do you want to take advantage of this, and you just did it for a bag, then not all money is good money. Like
that's exactly what I was just.
Yeah, it really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything got to be about integrity. So as long as they did it with
some people really don't be knowing what they be doing. I'm not saying they don't know what they don't, but some people don't be knowing exactly what they be getting themselves into. They just get into it, rap that motherfucker, and then be like, you know what? Found out later on that month or week, be like, bro, you know what you was rapping about? You know what I'm saying? Be like, I don't, but let me know. And find out later on that you was rapping about some BS, and I shouldn't have did it. I apologize. Some shit like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling. But.
No, it's true. No, it's true.
Yeah.
So we was talking about something before we came on here, man, and I felt like it was important to talk about it. Then after that, we want to let's talk about Grove. Let's talk about something that's actually like going on in the world outside of battle rap. You hold on, but before that, bro, you talked about the fact that you was just seen on a flyer for a battle that's supposed to be going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you're not in that city. Well, like, where is that? Where was that shit supposed to be at? It was supposed to be in Florida. You're in Arizona right now. Now,
Yeah.
I know how, because I actually book events. Well, before this COVID stuff, I was booking events as well, and I'm pretty sure that when you book people for events, they normally get their deposit ahead of time, and they
Yeah.
are booked, and they're in the city then,
And
he's
they know
right,
they booked.
yeah, and he's right here next to me, and we're all confused because, like, I think we all.
I think 9 times out of 10 people do that shit purposely to sell tickets. And in this case, I'm hoping it was just miscommunication because that's my partner. You feel me? I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep it real, so I
he-
don't really want to touch too much on it.
He was well, the flyer is out, so I mean,
Yeah,
at the
flyers
end,
out.
At the end of the day, the flyer is out.
Flyers
This isn't like no confidential like folder that's like under a briefcase like in a hidden room. Like it's on social media. I can Google it right now. You
Yeah,
know what
flyers
I'm
out.
saying? So, you know, I'm confused. He's supposed to be battling Don Marino. Shout out to Don.
Yeah, shout
And,
out my nigga Don, shout out my nigga Vic.
Yeah.
Take off Battle League, you feel me?
Shout out to them. I'm not familiar with the gentleman, but you know, from what I'm hearing about this, I think this is a conversation that needs to be had. And when you doing events, and you know, people make mistakes, and I think that's okay. But I think that when you are doing an event where you know you have the main person is supposed to be there, and realistically,
Gotta be communication.
tickets are supposed to be sold based off that main person. A lot of these people who maybe bought tickets ahead of time probably did it with going to see you as their main attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the average person who's a battle rap fan can't just hit you up and be like, yo, pull up for this interview, my nigga Nitty. You know what I'm saying? It don't really work like that. So a lot of these guys are paying to see you because you don't just live in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope whoever this league is is not pushing this with the intention of selling tickets, knowing damn well that this man has not even got a ticket, a deposit, or nothing. Like we gotta do better as battle rap. Pardon me. We gotta do better as battle rap. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, for my non-battle rap audience, please bear with me. We'll talk other things later in terms of money and what's going on in the world. But you know, I just need to address this. I just think that when you know that you don't have intentions of having that person here, and you still selling tickets that lacks integrity, and we need to make sure that we standing on something. You know, this is just
fact.
You know, battle rap. You know, it does finance a lot of people's lives if you want a certain level, but we have to be clear for the people who actually run the leagues whose name is not Smack White or Organic, which that is the person who runs King of the Dot or ARP. Or the people who are actually making, who could possibly make tens of thousands of dollars from this per event. You know, if you're not that person and you're really doing this for just the passion and the love of this shit.
That's a big fact.
and
And there's a lot of people doing it. There's a lot of leagues doing that.
Yeah, and if you're doing it to chase a check, first off, you're going to lose money. Because, the second that the artists find out that you are doing it for the check, then they're going to tax you. You're not going to get that love because you're not doing it for the love. You know what I'm saying? And, people can see when they doing it for the love. One of the reasons why I'm able to book, whoever the hell I basically want to for a discounted rate is because they know why I'm doing this. Nitty was there when Traffic 1 happened. When, I basically had to break the whole bank to make sure that I was covering, things that happened behind the scenes that really had nothing to do with me.
Right.
But the love of this and the integrity to see my black brothers get on was more important than that couple little dollars. I didn't make money that event. And that's probably besides initiation when we had that heat accident with the AC going out. Those are the only 2 times I didn't make money from an event. And it's not because I'm trying to make money from the event. It's because I'm here for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So
and to put your brothers on.
Yeah.
Did that.
That's the most important. Yeah, that's the most important thing. And I don't want to gloat about what I've done. I just want to set an example to make sure that nobody is playing it the other way. Because if you are, you don't really need to be a part of this. It's really not that serious. Like, there's other ways to get money. And we're going to talk about other ways to get money. So hopefully you tapped in, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody who's listening on all the different, audio channels, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Grove, what you got going? Like, what's going on, man? Talk to us, man.
Oh, man. Tell me what y'all think about the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lane situation, man. That's a touchy one to me.
I don't know, man.
Man, I'm a foot ahead of this shit.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot.
Who did it, man? Who did it?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. It's I fuck with both of them, so this is not no diss to none of them. You feel me? But it's starting to look like she lying. It's starting to look like she lied.
Somebody lying.
Somebody is
If
definitely
it wasn't
lying.
a
That's
gunshot wound reported, she ain't get shot. That's as simple as it is. If it wasn't a gunshot wound reported, she ain't get shot.
That's actually a fact, though.
Tory is he's hit. They hitting him for assault, right? Because obviously it wouldn't be attempt because it was below the
From a
waist.
magic bullet.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, do you think maybe because the case is still pending, that obviously they may have some type of information that us, just the average person who just talking shit online, like just don't have access to? Because maybe they do got forensics of the bullet in the foot, which is kind of weird. I mean, because it's a lot of bones down there. You gotta be a marksman to.
They put it there.
You know what I'm saying?
They put it there.
That's what you think?
He said they planted the bullet in the bitch foot.
They planted the Megan. And that big ass foot, you will know if he got shot.
Yeah, she 5'10".
No, the
5'10",
foot
5'11".
is 5'12".
I'll climb her big ass.
The foot alone is
You
5'12".
said you'd do what?
I'll climb her big ass.
I mean-
Wow.
She don't wear Jordan. She wear Jordan.
He said she wear Jordan.
He be actually on her foot.
Yeah, I think it's just a weird situation. It's crazy because we was in the hills, me and my man D-Rod. We was in the hills like 5 minutes away from there when it happened. Like,
You was a foot away.
we. Oh shit! Yeah, I mean, but prayers to both of them, man. Hopefully they get through what they getting through.
Yeah, that girl got shot.
Anything else that is going on that matters?
Man, besides politics, man, I think we hit that. Nah, man.
Yo, I just seen this article earlier today that Jay-Z got a weed strain.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Julian Carter?
He trying to get some more money?
No,
Jay-Z.
No,
Like,
Jay-Z,
like,
not
like-
Jay-Z.
No, but I think
That
it's
came out of nowhere. I'm not gonna lie. That came out of nowhere.
yeah. It kind of lice.
But he a
kinda-
businessman, so actually it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
it
actually it doesn't. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
because
saying?
it's a trend, it's a thing that's going on. But yeah,
You ain't gonna see him
OG
promoting that
Jimmy.
motherfucker though.
It was
he
on-
not finna smoke it.
Bro.
Yeah, it was on Complex. It just dropped today. It says that
Carter.
they announced the first marijuana line called Monogram.
That's the name of the chronic?
That's the name of the weed, Monogram.
They gonna name the weed Monogram? That
So let me
sound
get
like
28 monograms. Yes.
They might as well
It's
name
a-
it Mammogram.
It's kind of close to that.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
That's the first
Let
thing
me
that
get
popped in my head.
an eighth
I
of that
didn't even think about
mammogram.
that. Yeah, it say that it's supposed to redefine what cannabis means to consumers today, with a careful strain selection, meticulous cultivation
That shit
practices,
is a controlled
and
substance
uncompromised.
nowadays.
They
boy.
doing too much, man. Like, is it allowed or not? Like,
OG titty
nigga,
milk.
what's the THC level? Like, y'all doing too much. All right, well, that's dope. I mean, but I do want to kind of speak on that because
Getting that
because
mammogram OG.
don't correct me if I'm wrong. T-Top and Goods, they got a weed, don't they?
T-Top and Goods?
Yeah, I swear I
Nah,
think
they fuck with the
they
haymaker
got-
shit.
no,
That
no,
haymaker
no.
shit. They fuck with the haymaker strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haymaker is that? Yeah.
Do they own
they
that?
Got, no.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that
They
they got it.
investors.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay. Yeah, see, I mean, that's another thing that should be spoke about, especially now that things is getting legal. I know Gotti was talking about possibly doing something over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get me a little strain going on right now.
Yeah,
bro. I'm trying to get.
I think it's important that
What you gonna call it?
I don't know. OG something.
OG nigga, fuck it.
OG punch.
Rum
OG
OG.
nigga.
Oh yeah, Rum OG.
Rum
You feel me?
Seriously, and I think that's a conversation to be had because I feel like when you have a certain number of
I got hella shit. My
Followers.
shit be called.
if you got a certain number of followers online, I think it's important that people tap into.
Head bump OG, nigga.
There we go.
You must have slipped, fell, and bumped your OG. Nigga.
Is there a magic OG?
It probably is. That's a common name.
They got Blue Magic.
But when was the last time you heard
And
of
that
Magic
shit
OG?
trash.
I ain't never heard
on
of
the
Magic
set.
OG.
You don't want no Blue Magic, girl.
No, but seriously, I think this is a conversation to be had because I feel like once you hit a certain amount of numbers in terms of followers, you should be maxing out on that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just marketing. You know, whether it's that. There's things that y'all can tap into when you have a certain amount of numbers that y'all can actually profit from. And at this point in time, that y'all should tap into some of these states. And I'm talking to both of y'all, and I'm really talking to anybody who has a number, you know what I'm saying, who has a certain number in terms of followers, you know what I'm saying? Like, utilize that for the medical marijuana industry in these legal states. Because there's states like Colorado, there's states like Oregon, Washington, California, that needs somebody to use as a front person, and y'all can get in that way where you can create a strand with somebody just like these rappers do. Like, I think it's important, and it ain't just battle rap. I mean, like I said, if you have X amount of numbers and you know how to use that as leverage, get into something that you enjoy doing and use your leverage to get in with that company. I mean, that it's important that people ain't just doing Fashion Nova shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing wrong with Fashion Nova. They cutting checks. Like, I'm not like I have no problem with Fashion Nova, but there's more things than Fashion Nova. There's a lot of companies that got a lot of money that don't have a brand representative, and there's ways to get in with these people. And I feel like that's what T-Top and Goods is doing with the Haymaker. Is they've probably got up with the owner and was like, listen, like, we got these numbers.
Goods don't even smoke.
It don't matter if you smoke.
That's what I'm saying. It goes back to what I was just saying about Jay-Z. He probably don't smoke, but he's a businessman.
Yeah, it don't matter.
I ain't never seen him
I
smoke.
I doubt he.
And if he do it on camera.
Nah, he don't smoke.
He might smoke.
I ain't never seen him smoke.
If it's his, he'll smoke that.
And you probably still ain't finna see him smoking on camera.
He wasn't smoking on camera ever.
That's what I'm saying.
He
you probably
still rap about smoking.
He smokes
rarely.
Bro, he smokes Cohiba cigars.
He rarely smoke.
He smokes Cohiba cigars that are so strong it probably gets you higher than any weed.
It be weed in them things, bro. Cohiba. Nah.
Yeah, but I do think that that's what T-Top and Goods is doing, and I feel like if anybody is trying to get in any industry, so for the weed shit with you, Nitty,
Jay-Z still smoking that la la la. He smoked weed, man. I just thought about that song.
That song was 2000. That was the 5X era. That was the 5X era, my nigga. That was like 06, 07. I swear I was still in Michigan.
I just confirmed he smoked. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
You think the nigga ain't used to smoke?
No, he still the smoke. Hey,
this nigga, bro, the hottest.
He like.
Cause you googled that lyric right now.
No, I still.
Yeah, I see your screen.
He's still smoking that la la. I'm telling you.
Yo, so I was reading this other article, and I just been, since I knew I had to do this podcast, I figure I'd be wanting to tap into stuff that's like you would never believe, but it's like some crazy shit. And I came across this article earlier today, bro. It was on Vice. Yo, this dude, Vincent Ramos. I gotta shout out Vincent Ramos. And it's a sad story, but Vincent Ramos, dude from Canada, right? And he set up this phone company called Phantom Phone Company. He set it up back in 2008, and it was made to make sure. And this article just came out today. And this phone was made to be encrypted to where it couldn't be traced. Like, you couldn't tap in if you was the feds in no way, shape, or form.
But your baby mama would tap in there, man.
Nobody. No, listen. When he first started it, because he from
biggest baby mama could tap in.
Listen, fam. He from Canada, right? So when he first did it, he was on some innocent shit. Like, yeah, man. Like, I got this way to kind of, because it was about the government. Because the government in your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was about getting away from the government. So when he first had it, he was giving them the Raptors players because he from Canada. So you already know what that's about. He giving them to the NBA players, you know what I'm saying? The baby mamas is good, you know what I'm saying? Facts. Like, it's all blocked. So every time, like, the cameras was taken out, the mics was taken out, so you could only text and email. But as soon as you sent the text or the email, it automatically erased from the phone. This is a real thing. This was back in 2008. So he been doing this, selling these phones all throughout Canada, all throughout America, whatever.
Yeah, Snapchat phones before Snapchat?
No, there was no camera in it though.
Oh.
Because so they couldn't watch you, so the boys couldn't watch you. He took the mic out so the boys couldn't listen to you, right? So he's selling these phones, making millions of dollars, right? So finally he starts selling them out in Australia, right? He's selling them to dope dealers out in Australia. He started fucking with dope dealers. Now the reason why he started doing it in Australia, bro, you won't believe this. A kilo. And we probably shouldn't be talking about this because we're not promoting drugs, y'all. But I just want to. This is part of the story. You can watch it. You can look at it on Vice. You can look at it on Vice.com. But a kilo in Australia is $175,000 per kilo, right now.
175,000.
175,000 because of how hard it is to get them shits in there. You know what I'm saying? So
175.
175,000. Trust me, this ain't no like regular story.
Which Australia?
Yo, Sydney, yo, shout out to Sydney, shout out to Melbourne, Australia. Holla at your boy, but nah.
How much submarines?
More than 175,000, but yeah. So he starts selling.
He said more than 175,000 on the set.
Fam, you going
on the set?
I want you to, 175,000 for a square, fam. But all right, so that's neither here nor there. So he starts selling them to these guys because for these guys, that is what get them caught out there is they catching them on the phone. So now he in the drug business. Now he ain't just selling them to athletes and friends. Now he's selling them to drug dealers. So once he starts selling them to drug dealers, you know what happened? The boys is on his helmet. He was getting this off selling regular BlackBerry phones that was encrypted until 2017, 18. So he was doing this for 10 years, man. So they finally about to catch him in Vegas, right? And they like catch him and they like questioning him, but he like in Vegas and they not trying to lock him up. They trying to get him to snitch on the person who created it.
Because it's nothing they can do about him selling the phones.
Yeah, they trying to figure out who created them. But once he actually starts selling them to dope dealers, I guess he got caught in a recorded conversation where he was talking about how because it was like an undercover agent like, yo, so if I do a drug thing and I can woo, can I just erase it? And they had him on tape saying, yeah. So once you say that, now you part of a conspiracy. So now you can get put in RICO. You know what I'm saying? Right. Once it become a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, they find him in Vegas. They questioning him, right? And they have to flick him in America because in Canada, this isn't illegal. Like, it doesn't matter. It's still not illegal. So they had to arrest him in the United States. They couldn't arrest him anywhere else. They catch him in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? They question him for hours. And I guess, like, the feds fell asleep, bro. So the niggas left out the casino. And his mans was outside, and his mans drove him all the way up to Bellingham, Washington, which is, like, the very top of Washington. Check this out. Homeboy, Vince Ramos, my man Vince Ramos, decide he want to go to a diner before he crossed the border. So he go to the diner, trying to get a steak and eggs, trying to get some hash browns. I don't know what he was thinking. They got that in Canada, I'm sure. I'm positive.
You better go get you some poutine.
Yeah. So he chilling that diner. Guess what happened? Boom, feds got him. He doing 9 right now. He just got caught 2 years ago. He doing a 9-piece right now because they caught him. The dude who created this shit, he's still in Canada chilling. They ain't never catch him. You know what I'm saying? But my man Vince Ramos, man, he had to get them eggs. But ain't that crazy though? Like that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
and eggs that damn good.
And he doing a 9-piece. Hopefully, like in his travels, he probably put some money in other countries to where when he come out, he be straight. But
right,
damn,
you know, eat breakfast and none in jail.
Yeah, man.
Get the motherfuckers' eggs away from me.
Well, he would be in the feds, right?
Traumatized the eggs.
Come out for breakfast. Don't want no eggs.
I mean, being that it was Rico, he would be in the he would be in the feds anyway, so he'd be straight. But yeah, you ain't lying. Like what was?
I don't want no eggs at all.
Yo, Bellingham, Washington, you can see Canada, bro. Like they got him. You know what I'm saying? That article just dropped. Check that out on Vice, man. That was
steak and eggs.
Over some steak and eggs, man. So what's good, man? What y'all got going on next? I know you just had the C3 battle. How you feel about that?
Dope performance. You know what I mean? I just watched it back last night. You know what I'm saying? You know, while you be in the midst of performing, you don't really know how you doing. You don't be knowing how you doing. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to watch it back most of the time.
Especially now because when y'all battling,
it ain't no crowd reaction. You know what I'm saying? And then right there, I got to I gotta do a backflip and hover and flip off the wall to get a crowd reaction. Right now, they used to this shit.
It's the same crowd at everything. You know what I'm saying? Like they just changed locations, but it's the same crowd.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm proud of you for owning up to you taking back what you had said to C3, because because I'm gonna keep it real. Before you when I had first heard about it, because you know I don't be sitting watching them lives, I got other shit to do. But when I had first heard about it, because somebody had hit me like, yo, what's up with your mans? And I'm like, what you talking about? And they had told me, and then I see it, and it's like a big thing. I was gonna hit you that night. You know me, I don't like calling you when you. It was a thing. It was a thing that people really took, because you know, mental health is, you know, it's nothing really to fuck with. And you know, us being from where we all come from, because we all come from areas where we probably didn't all seen or done even traumatic shit. You know what I'm saying? Definitely seen for sure. So I mean,
definitely done.
And you know that that traumatic shit that we was raised on, like that shit still sticks with us right now. Please don't get it twisted. So all of us got some type of mental issues from the shit that we didn't seen and dealt with from back in the day. So you know, obviously that's a real sensitive subject, especially in this day and age. So I know that, and Nitty know I don't like to call him while he's out there. Like I'll hit him before and talk to him about some other shit, rarely battle rap. But, you know, I was going to hit you then, but before I even had to, you had already owned up to it. So it was like, all right, well, salute to my nigga for, you know, manning up. So, ain't really, you know, I applaud you for that. So, and last time, when we spoke earlier, you said you're going to take a couple months off?
Yeah, I'm finna sit down for a minute. I'm feeling like I'm too accessible right now. You feel me?
I agree. So you just focus on that music?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we heard something just outside, man.
Boy, I got some shit for y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all wrote all that.
And what I love the most is that the music is original. You know, rappers, battle rappers, anybody who's trying to get into music, man, focus on the original music, man. It might seem trendy to take somebody's beat, man, but at the end of the day, that if you blow with that, just know, like there are a lot of examples of people who blew up off somebody's beat. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. But you know, before he died, he was about to lose all his money for that Lucid Dream song. You know what I'm saying? He got sued for by the dude who actually made that beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tony Bennett, I think his name is. He lost the case, so he was about to lose. He was about to take all his bread. You know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate. So just make sure that when you making music, make sure the music is original. You know, you want to get all your money. You don't want to have to split it. You don't want, you know, it will bite you in the ass, especially if that's the song that's going to allow you to blow up. Magic, what you got going on? You got any battles coming up?
Yeah, but, you know, I don't be tripping up no battles.
Yeah.
You know, until it's time to rap, you know, I get on stage, rap, and forget about that shit completely. Soon as I step foot off the, you know, speaking of foot, you know, Tory Lane, shout out. You know, as soon as I step off stage, it's a rap.
You been scheming or something.
Hey, to be real though, one thing I don't like about the Tory thing is, bro,
the foot.
Why the fuck is why do you gotta be on live? Like, why do people feel like?
Honestly,
you don't have to explain yourself to people who don't care about you. You know
what I'm talking about? She on live like.
Why is Tory on live? Like because Megan
the way he do though.
Let me give you my
because they don't put. Yeah, I was just saying they already don't put it out that he did it, so he needed to explain himself. You know
I would have had to shoot back.
But
I wouldn't have waited as long because nobody have told me that.
But that's the problem.
We don't want you to say nothing. And y'all, as soon as it came out, I shot Megan. I would have been on the air.
But y'all got me fucked.
Hey,
I agree,
Mama. I went live with my mama.
But to me, like, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. He should have came. I would have, nigga. You know, any type of accusation towards women, you supposed to bounce back immediately if it ain't true. Period. Some shit with some niggas like
this is a publicity stunt, bro.
I get, well, yeah, of course, but I don't think it is for Tory.
I
don't think it is for Tory, bro. Like it might be for Meg, but I don't think it is for Tory at all.
He don't need that.
Charge is a real charge.
That publicity.
He already locked up. The nigga got a new video.
Yeah, but have you seen his numbers? Like he did good the first week. The second week he was like number 62, and this week he like 160. So whatever, it ain't and he actually addressed that. So I do think he did good by addressing that. Like, bro, like I ain't had nothing that had me look good since this shit didn't happen. But I just think he either should address it early or wait until court, because the cops is looking at all that, and even if he said one wrong thing, if they catch him in a lie, like, it just ain't worth it. Like that. I mean, who am I? I mean, what do I know? I mean,
What do I know?
Yeah, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to act like I know everything, but I, you know,
You one
the
foot in,
police,
one foot
the
out.
police
I'ma
work how
wait
they
till
work,
after
and
the
they got
case.
Instagrams too.
I'll talk about it after the case, man.
Yeah, I think that's the best
All the
way.
facts is
I
on
think
the
all
table.
that shit fake.
Well,
I think the industry make scenarios to make people more famous, bro. Honestly,
I mean, but
Me
they both
personally.
popping though.
I don't think her foot.
Megan
fucked
for
up.
sure.
I think
Shit,
she got
Tory
a
too.
perfect foot.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah,
Tory
I
too.
don't think the nigga. I don't think he shot her.
I don't think he shot her to keep.
What type of mother get shot? Police come get you. He don't get locked up right in and there.
I hope he ain't shot her. I'm sorry.
He did
I
get
ain't gonna say I
arrested
don't
that
think.
night,
I hope
but not
he
for
did.
that charge.
He didn't get locked up for no gunshot. It
He
was
got-
never reported.
He got charged with the gun though.
Yeah, but not the gunshot. He didn't shoot her.
I guess the bigger question is,
Did he shoot
bro,
her?
no, I don't know. I'm not even going. I'm not even going to assume, because I really don't know, and I really, to be honest, don't even care.
Bro,
Like, it's
the whole point
it's
of
just-
us not knowing if he did or not is what's making that money, bro. That's why I think the whole thing is a publicity stunt, bro. A lot of this shit be ran, you know, in cahoots with people behind film and cameras and shit that making this shit pop so they can make money off their albums and shit.
right.
They want to make money. Them labels be into this shit. TMZ be in on it. All that shit be in on it.
Right.
Oh,
No, I agree. I mean, it's definitely profiting a lot of people. You know, this. But I think at the end of the day, the charge that Tory got is real. Like,
that's a
like
fact.
him going to court ain't no skit, and I think that is the part that
Tory shot me.
You ain't shit, bro.
I don't know, because I don't see what I don't want. I don't want this footage to be of me laughing and it come out that maybe he did shoot her ass.
That'd be fucked up.
Yeah, and then, you know, so we'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, I just don't think that Tory had to explain nothing to his Instagram followers, because half those people don't even fuck with him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Made
They just
a lot of sense though. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, but it did. In the time it was bad, but I think he was speaking logically. But I just don't see the benefit of it, because they ain't none of the people that was on Instagram the judges. And
Right.
there's 12 judges. You know what I'm saying? Those
That's-
12 judges ain't about to be on. They wasn't on that Instagram.
That's
Like,
why
they
I seen
missed that.
fake. That's why I seen fake to me.
Yeah, well, but
I'm
once
about to
again,
go on
I don't even know
Instagram
why I
and
brought
go
that shit.
live.
Yeah, I don't even know why I brought that shit back up. I was kind of thinking about that. But I do want to say that the people who kind of switched their thing or their opinion based on Tory's album dropping, I think you the ultimate cornball though. Like, regardless of what happened with the situation, the ones that was like, man, maybe you got a point. Like, when the album dropped, it would have been different if you would have said it when Tory said it, how he explained it, because he did explain it in a way that could make it to where you know, be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, not in the beginning though.
but when you drop an album the day that Breonna Taylor shit, you know, come out, and
But at that point, they already have formed their opinions. Before
He
the
also
album.
said
That's
it
why
was
he
his
dropped
mama.
the
I just feel like the people who switch their opinions based on the music that they heard, you're a sheep. Like, I just feel like you are a sheep. Like,
Man, it's-
you entitled to feel
it's
however you feel, but I just feel like if the
trillion,
music
billion
changed your mind,
sheeps out here.
that ain't it. Oh yeah.
It's bandwagoners everywhere, especially in our culture of rap. You know, motherfuckers will jump ship quick as hell.
Yeah.
Nitty got a red hat on. I don't like him no more.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He got a blue back on. Oh, nigga, Nitty, the best album.
Nitty, you could probably speak to that, and then once we done with that, then we'll get to wrapping this up.
Bandwagoners.
No, just the bandwagoners.
Oh, the
because,
bandwagoners.
because you know, obviously being your friend, you know, more than the battle rap shit. I've literally seen the bottom of the where you started to where you at now, and in between that time, there's a lot of people who, you know, had they shots that they was throwing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And speak on that. Like, what's the thought process when you see it? Because I mean, if you pay any attention, it's easy to see. Like the way people switch sides in this culture is pretty blatant. What do you
Right,
think about that?
it's low key hard not to see it, hard
Yeah.
not to pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Because coming from where we coming from, all that love feel good coming from the fans. So motherfuckers telling, hey, Nitty, you the best, or whoopty wop, and then next week you not fucking with you. It make you like, bro, fuck y'all too. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it'll motivate you though. It'll motivate you to be like, all right, bet. What am I doing? You feel me? Or because at the end of the day, everything these fans 9 times out of 10, what they say is 9 times out of 10 is true. You feel me? That shit. They buying these tickets. They want to see you at your top. Whoopty wop. Some of them finicky, but you know what I'm saying? It just motivates you to meet a certain standard. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it can.
It can drive you into the ground though.
You
It
know
can drive
what
you
I'm
into the
saying?
ground though. I feel like it did a lot of battle rappers. I feel like a lot of battle rappers read too many comments or do a lot of, you know what I'm saying, or go to the fullest extreme for the fans too much and really run their career into the ground. You feel me? It's a thin line between that shit.
If you are in the entertainment industry, don't read the comments.
No,
it doesn't have to
put it
just
like
be
this.
battle rap.
Perfect example. I'm
Anything.
pretty sure
Don't read
too many comments made Tory respond. Too
I-
many.
No, that's exactly
want-
It
you
made,
are
perfect
absolutely
example.
right.
It made him
Right.
Tory. He said,
I
you know what?
agree
I
with
got to. I'm
That's
tired
a-
of hearing this shit.
That's a
I'm
fact.
tired of seeing
And
this
to
shit.
me, I think that's
For
the
the
same
fact,
way,
like,
to me, that's the same
We're in
reason
the
why
we're in
Meg
the
spoke
worst
up.
we're in the worst age to be
All
a
of
loser in.
this whole exposing
can't-
each other between these two, like even with Meg, because she said it like, oh, y'all keep saying this. Who is y'all?
This the
She
problem
paying
people.
attention to
This
it.
the problem
Yeah.
people
And 9 times out
fail
of
to
10, they
do.
just trolling.
This the problem
Oh
people
no, they
have.
just they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't
They
give a
go into their regular life. They
Right.
Yeah.
People live in their career. That's where they go wrong.
Oh, that's a big fact.
People actually live in their career.
Yo, that's a fact. I get off the stage. I'm right
know
back
what?
to Cornell.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
that-
go to the
and-
crib.
and-
I'm Cornell like a motherfucker. I ain't no rum nitty at the house. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
And you
a lot
get-
of people live
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I figure that's a
Right.
fact though.
No, and you
That's a fact.
you actually spoke to something that's actually broader than battle rap, and I do want to tap on that real quick because you just opened up something. People, because a lot of this, because I do want to talk about a couple different money things here in a second, and a lot of this, most of the people who listen and most of the people who's even involved, in the industry that hasn't made it to the top, have other things that they're doing to make income. Like the average person has a job, you know what I'm saying? And regardless on what your job is, I think it's important if you want to grow outside of that job and do something outside of that is not to live within that. I don't care if you work at UPS, I don't care if you're a battle rapper, I don't care if you are just a regular rapper. You can't live within that job because then you live to work. You work to live. You know what I'm saying? So
Back to the same cycle you thought you just left.
exactly. So this doesn't just apply to the rappers. If you are a 9-to-5 person and you trying to make something of yourself, the first step of that is to not live inside your work. When you work in them 8 hours, cool. If do what you got to do, but don't make it to where you can't do nothing with them other 16 hours because you just worked the 8.
And then use that
your
job as the excuse though.
Yeah.
Like I gotta work, so I can't whoop you out, but go handle this. That's what a lot of people, and then they'll be content. Like, well, you know what? Rent is paid anyway. Whoop you is paid anyway. So I'm doing my job.
I got
settling for less.
Yeah,
exactly. Being content.
I got news for every single person who thinks that a 9-to-5 is gonna get you where you want to go. You are going to be in that cycle forever.
Yeah,
you are going to be in that cycle forever. In order to go where you never been, you have to do what you've never done. So if you only work in 8 hours and you getting the same money for years, what makes you think that your bills aren't going to change? If anything, they're going up. Like the rent's going up, the mortgages are going up, things are going up. So you got to step up your hustle. You can't just do the same thing and then have these dreams. Don't post no picture of Tahiti or Cancun, Mexico, or some of these places where you ain't got the bread to go if you're not willing to do a actual graph on how you gonna actually get there. So, people have these false dreams that I'm just gonna wish it and I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna wish and I'm gonna pray. You know what I'm saying? God gonna get me there. Nah, I mean, yeah, God might help. He might help with your mind state to help you grind harder, but you still gotta grind harder. So for my people who work in 8 hours a week, or for my people who just battle rapping, or for my people who only got one stream of income and you actually trying to better yourself, you're going to have to take another 2 to 3 hours out of those other 16 hours and apply to whatever you trying to do. Yeah. I don't care about your excuses. I don't care if you got kids. I got kids. I got 4 kids. Nitty got 4 kids. Like, people have kids, but you have to do what you got to do. If anything, your kids should be the reason why you putting them extra hours in. Sleep less, fam. Like, you got to sleep less. Like, sometimes you can't do the 8. Sometimes you might just have to do the 6. And, you know, I just think it's important that y'all pay attention to that, be aware of it, and be real with yourself.
Yeah.
The 9 to 5 is not going to be the only way. So I appreciate y'all, man. I'm not going to get too deep into, like, heavy financial stuff today, just simply because I want to make sure there's a preface of y'all knowing first about what I'm about when it comes to this money stuff. You know, obviously I got a lot of streams of income, but I want to be clear. I don't work at Wall Street. It's the reason why the name of this podcast is What Do I Know? The What Do I Know podcast. Right. The information that I get is information that I learned. Like, I spend all of my days in front of stock market websites, financial channels all day, every day. That's all I do. I don't, basketball is over and football is only once, maybe twice a week. So for me, I don't watch TV. I'm watching ways to get money. So the information that I have is the information that I receive, and I'm just relaying it to the people. I've never been the type of person to, have information and keep it to myself. Like, if I know something about the battle rap industry before Nitty got to where he was, I was giving him that information to prepare him for when that came. And it came. So when he came, he knew how to react to it. Same thing with Gotti, same thing with Emerson, same thing with a lot of the guys on this side of the town. You know what I'm saying? So this is no different. I'm really just relaying information as I receive it. So I want to be clear that I'm not an expert. So if I give you advice based on the information I give and you lose money, don't blame me. I'm getting the information, I'm relaying it. You apply it as you will. Make sure you do your own research. That's very, very important. Do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy stocks.
That's the biggest game you giving them right there.
Yeah.
That's the biggest game.
Do your own research.
That's the best point right there.
Nipsey, one of the reasons why you got
that. Even when you come home from school, I don't care what the teacher told you.
Now
do your own research on it.
Still researching.
What I just told you, do your own research on it. Boy.
Nipsey is known. We can't rely on school. It's something that was. The school system in terms of the textbooks was brought in by the South back in the days, and it hasn't changed since. So it's kind of like when Saddam Hussein ran Iraq and they had him looking like a god in their books. It's the same deal. We just showcase Thomas Jefferson, who had 1 million slaves.
They teach what I call common sense.
Yeah. So the one thing I'm gonna tap in with y'all today is stocks, and I don't want to get too deep into a specific stock. I just want to kind of speak to my people as to why I always talk about stocks. There's a secret about stocks that we have not been taught. And, everybody in here, if you work in a job, if you getting income through the government, where you're getting taxed, you get taxed for your money before you get that check. With stocks, there's a secret about stocks as to why these billionaires and millionaires constantly put money into stocks and don't pay taxes at the end of the year. The secret is, if you keep your stocks in a stock for at least a year, you don't have to pay taxes on any amount of money you put into it. You don't pay taxes until you decide to withdraw out of that stock in full. So I'm saying that to say, if a billionaire makes $1 billion, one of the reasons why they don't pay taxes is because they can just put $1 billion in the stock market and leave it in there. And that's what big companies do. They put their money in the stock market, they leave it in there for over a year, they don't have to pay taxes, and if you leave it in there for over a year, your taxes are less than the poorest person in the world. The poorest person in America pays about 23%. If you have $1 billion worth of taxes in stocks and you decide to pull it out, you only pay 15%.
God damn.
15%. So for the people that don't know, this is why it's important to have things to invest into like stocks, simply because, first off, you don't have to pay the government up front. You can take whatever money you make, especially if you make it on the arm, but it's something that you have to report if you make a certain amount. You can take that money, put that shit in the stocks, and you don't have to pay taxes on that money that year. So if you made $100,000 and you put $70,000 in the stocks, you can still slowly take that money out. Just don't take the whole bag out. But if you leave the money in for at least a year, you're not paying the taxes, and when you take it out, it's gonna be less than what you was gonna pay before you put the shit in to begin with.
Damn.
Does that make sense? So I just wanted to, I don't want to get too deep into the type of stocks we're going, I would advise and things of that nature. I just wanted to kind of tap into why we should look into stocks. Black people really just start getting hip to the stock game maybe the last 60 to 70 years, but the stock market has been out here. Like, it's been out here for 100 years. You know what I'm saying? And white people have made generational wealth just by leaving money in Ford. Just by putting $1 million in a Ford 30 years ago, and it turned into 80. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? So we got to start that. Even if it starts with just buying one Apple stock for $100 or $200, and just put in an extra $50 every week, every 2 weeks, we got to start that. It's important. It's important for our kids, because we know how life is. It's fragile. All of us could be out of here tomorrow, and we want to make sure we have something to leave for the babies outside of some cash. You feel me? So yeah, man, that's it for today, man. First off, I do want to thank my brothers once again. You make sure y'all check them out on the URL TV app. Make sure you check them out on YouTube. They everywhere. I do appreciate y'all gentlemen for pulling up.
You already know, bro. You already know.
Grove, we about to do something big, man. I think this is gonna be fun, man. What you think?
Yes, sir. No, we had a good show, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all fellas.
Yeah. So, man, if you don't know, now you know, man. It's a need to know. What do I know? Podcast. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.